Okay, so here's a version of the third problem in WebAssign from chapter 8. There's a corresponding one in the textbook. Now they're telling us they just want us to find the p-values. Remember, p-values are the tail area. And because we're working with z-scores, we know we're in the z-distribution. These are all from proportions, so that tells us that, I mean, they use the binomial approximation to the normal distribution uses z-scores, right? So it's all related. The only reason we need to know the alternative hypothesis is to know whether it's a left-tailed test or right-tailed test or a two-tailed test, because that tells us which tail we want. So this is a left-tailed test, and we know the test statistic came up to be negative 2.83. So what we're going to do is we could use the table out of the Think Do book. We can also, because it's a z-score, we can also use this David Lane calculator. And we're looking for a probability, so we want the area from a value. We have the value, the z-score. We're just looking for the probability. So we're going to select the area from a value. We're going to have mean 0, standard deviation 1, because these are z-scores. We're on the standard normal curve. And because it's left-tailed, we want below, and we're going to type in negative 2.83. And then it should calculate it, and it's a very small p-value. This would lead to rejecting HO, right? Okay, next one, the right tail test. So we want above, and we're going to type in 0.75, then calculate. We calculate if we need to. Oh, no, I'm going to type, sorry. I'm not going to type in 1.75. I'm going to type in 1.29, 1.92. That's the z-score. So calculate. Again, a p-value less than 5%. So less than 0.05. So I would probably reject HO with that, depending, if it's you need to use a 0.01 level of significance, that's different. But we're just looking for p-value here. We don't want to have to make decisions. And this is not equal to, so that's a two-tailed test. So we want to go outside. And of course, if symmetric, we're going to go a negative 2.85. This time I remember to grab the z-score up to positive 2.85. Notice I didn't go between like we did with a confidence interval. We want the outside. We want those tail areas. And again, very small p-value, okay? So that's how you use this David Lane calculator to find p-values for z-scores. If it's a t-score, I would use that Rossman chance, one mean output, okay? That's what I think number 4 is. Now I guess I don't do that again. But that's what you're going to do. You'll have to do it at some point in time. So, all righty. Hope this helps.